kids yet?
I don't need she's a childcare worker.
Okay. Well, anyone that doesn't have any kids yet, you might want to take some notes later on. So, my husband always beats me and the kids. So I sold all our board games on Gumtree. I recently found out that God is actually a male. Because as I was fast approaching 40, I was feeling really old. So I asked God to make me a kid again. And as most males do, he totally misunderstood, and I'm actually having a kid again. I already have a 15-year-old son, and for the last year we've had a taste of freedom, like what it was before we had kids. And you're going out to clubs and pubs and all that stuff that we used to do. And now it's going to be about another 15 years before I get that taste of freedom again. I know, I sound very unappreciative and selfish, but it's like that time I asked for a Barbie doll when I was 8 years old, and I didn't get it until I was 13. And then I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? I've outgrown this now. So I have to start thinking about baby names, I guess. I have a bit of a criteria. It must start with have an X, Y or a Z in it, and have a J that you pronounce H, and a silent letter, and maybe a hyphen. Oh, and what about a hashtag? How cool would that be? Can you put a hashtag in a name? So I've had the gender scan, and I'm actually surprised that you can actually do that still nowadays without any legal implications. Isn't the baby supposed to tell you what gender they are when they're old enough? So everybody likes to come up and rub my tummy. And I really love it when little kids do it, because I like to say to them, this is what happens when you swallow and don't spit out the watermelon seeds. And pregnancy is really such a stressful time filled with anxiety, and it's not made any easier by when people come up to you and say, what are you having? And you're like, right, there could be another option apart from a baby. The alien abduction dream could have actually been real. I might be having an alien baby. And they're like, no. What sex are you having? Are you ridiculous? I don't really feel like having any sex now. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a 15-year-old son. So I know a bit about parenting, I think. So I thought I'd like to share some tips with you. Parenting is mostly about creating long-lasting memories. So burn the food. Because nobody ever talks about that restaurant quality meal that you prepared, but they will go on and on and on and on about the time that you burnt the food. Also, when you go on holidays, you can make that more memorable too. No one ever remembers that perfect holiday. So after you've driven 4 hours plus to get to your destination, drive around for another hour trying to find the accommodation. They'll talk about that for years. Also, go on like about a 10k walk in the middle of the outback and only bring about 500 mils of water for everybody. That not only will create a more memorable experience, but it'll also teach them survival skills, how to work as a team and how to make sacrifices. Parenting is also about getting our kids independent. And you can do this by smashing up the car a few times. Because I did this, and my son's actually taught himself now to catch public transport and arrange lifts with don't clean, don't do any washing, they'll soon learn to do it themselves. Also, people always say about how much it actually costs to raise children. Well, just don't spend any money on them at all. And as soon as they're ready, they'll actually go and get a job and move out. And that not only saves money, but that also creates independence. Also, if you utilise Facebook and YouTube, like I had this problem with my son having sleep and behaviour issues. So I asked on Facebook, and a lot of people responded that having their adenoids removed actually solves that problem. So then I went onto YouTube and I had a look at a video on there for practicing doctors. And I thought, oh, well, this is just a practice procedure. It should be really easy. So I watched it a few times and then I performed it on my son. Oh, I saved so much money. Oh, hang about. It did cost a lot for that lawyer. So it probably worked out even in the end. That's why there's no lawyer videos on YouTube. Also, you can actually save a lot of money by saving on holidays. You just get those VR goggles and you all sit on the couch and you load up Google Street View. It's like you're actually really there. So I also know a few things that didn't work too well in parenting. I heard a lot about online grooming, so I thought, okay, I'll give my son unlimited access, unrestricted access to the internet for a few weeks, and I'm thinking he must have been doing something wrong because he never got groomed, he's still filthy. There was a lot of parents at school and they were talking about this kid fiddler and handing out his address of this kid fiddler. So I sent my son around to his house every afternoon after school. He was not inspired by this kid at all, and nor did he learn to fiddle. Very disappointing. My son often likes to tell me things that he's learnt at school. And I was actually really shocked to learn that he was learning about homophones. I mean, in this day and age, I would have thought we were over that sort of discrimination. Gay people should be allowed to use the same phones as everybody else. So it looks like I'm going to be hanging around with a lot of millennial mums. We really shouldn't hang shit on millennials, I guess, because I've actually learned a lot from them. Like, I never actually knew what a pronoun was until it became a millennial thing. Before that, I just used to think it was names like Candy and Tiffany and Brandy. So I joined a conscious parent group, and it was really boring, so I'd hate to think what the unconscious parent group would be like. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you, everybody.
Daniel.